And I've just popped into the greenhouse to open the door because it is gloriously sunny. So here I've got my Agrostemma. It's doing really well. Slightly smaller, this is what we expect, than the Cornflowers, which are right next door. They do look very, very similar. However, apart from being bigger, if you've got two plants side by side, you can tell. But later on, the Cornflowers will get a little bit more of a serrated edge to their foliage, where the Agrostemma, their foliage is a lot more smooth and strappy. But they're doing incredibly well. This has been a brilliant autumn jump starter. The plants are so much further ahead than they were this time last year. I think we're in for a bumper, 2024. Can't wait. And this is the Ammi tray. So the Ammi majus is at the front. It does tend to grow a little bit quicker. It also flowers first than the Ammi Visnaga, but that is coming along beautifully as well now. Look at all those lovely plants, but they don't need potting on for ages. They'll be fine just as they are. But you can always cherry pick the odd plants. You've got one that's just decided to germinate first and be bigger. You can always cherry pick them out, but I think they're fine for the time being, so I should just leave them to get on with it. Wow, the difference in the greenhouse in just a couple of days while I've been busy is absolutely astonishing. Look at these seedlings. We have got some massive movement now on the anemones. Look at that. And for the Ranunculus, I've just turned the trays round. I tend to do this about once a week. So though I've got really good light, the light is low, so I still do get a little bit of leaning, even with the best position in the garden. So I just turn them around, and at the same time I can check individual cells for watering and for weed seeds in my compost. There we go. Here are the Larkspur. Now, if you have any trouble with your seedlings, if they're growing and then all of a sudden it looks like they've been eaten and stopped germinating, it's actually probably damping off disease, where the seedling root has rotted and then it slowly dies. So don't automatically put it down to slugs or snails. It could be that you've overwatered your trays. And if you're worried that you've done that, you can always bring your tray indoors for 24, 48 hours, because the central heating will dry the compost out. And then you can bring it back outside again. But these are looking really good, aren't they? Tray here where the germination was just a bit sluggish, so I've taken the tray in just for 48 hours, and look, can you see that fuzziness? That is germination happening before your very eyes. These are the Orlaya Grandiflora. Now, they are notorious for taking their time, at least 3 weeks for germination, if not a bit longer if the conditions where you are not perfect. And then all of a sudden you'll see a couple of seedlings pop up, and then before you know it, you've got a tray full. So you do have to be patient with your Orlaya Grandiflora. I have got exactly the same seeds as you. So if you don't have any movement on your tray at the moment, then just give it a few days and they should all pop up like mine have. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer until I'm sure everybody has germinated, and I'll give this tray a nice top dressing with compost. They're delicate little things, aren't they? You wouldn't believe how tough they are. These are the wild carrot, and like Orlaya, they take absolutely ages to germinate, which is why we start them in the autumn. They're doing brilliantly now. I've got an absolute sea of wild carrot. They're very delicate and very small at the moment, so I shall just leave them alone to get on with growing, and then hopefully around Christmas, New Year time, they might be ready to go in their 15 cell trays. And then once we've done that, we can pop them outside under the cold frames, and then that will give you more room in your greenhouse for any seeds that you're going to start in late winter. Oh, that's a sight. Look at that. Autumn sown hardy annuals. Absolutely magnificent. So brilliant, I love it.